Showtime.
Hey, Amir, how you doing?
Please subscribe to sharonatsea channel. Thank you.
Sharon, we're going to be seeing the kids that were in the end of that video here at the end of the week, aren't we?
We are.
We are. They're coming out from Minnesota for a little visit.
Yep.
A little family fun time.
Yep. This weekend we are going to be have company. We're going to be celebrating my mother's 90th birthday.
Woo! 90 years young. That woman is amazing. Amazing. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and
Merry Christmas
and everything else. It's been a minute since we've seen anyone. Let's make sure that people can see us and hear us. We're going to jump in the chat real quick. Can you see us? Can you hear us? Hello to everyone out there. Lovely of you to join us tonight on a football-free Monday night. It is the first Monday of 2025, if I'm not mistaken. So we are actually 100% every Monday of the year we have been live. So that's a great start to the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I guess so. It's the first Monday.
Rhonda Carney says, Sharon, I love the new hair color. Sharon, did you get new hair color that I don't know about, or is that just you just looked that dang good tonight?
It's
You know
not
what?
it's not a new new hair color, but I
Yes.
did go and get my highlights kind of redone before our cruise.
You got your highlights highlighted?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me take a look. Let me get the chat off my screen. Let me take a look at you. Oh yeah. Oh, look at oh boy, you got some nice highlights in there.
Oh my God.
Very lovely. I got some highlights too. Usually my hair is all dark, but I put some gray in here, and I put a little gray right here, and then I put some gray here just so I looked a little more mature. I'm looking for that mature type of feeling.
Oh my-
Did I do it? Did I make it happen?
I think so.
I'm feeling a little bit mature tonight. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit old. I will tell you that cruise wore me down. It wore me down. The people on this cruise, we went into this thinking it's a smaller group than usual, but there's a few new folks. We'll see how it goes. And it was boom, shot out of a cannon. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
This group cruise was off the chisel, and I'm not sure there's a better way to describe it. It was unbelievable, and so was the joy. So let's jump in the chat and see what people are saying right out of the gate here. Guys, remember, if you've got a question or something like that about the cruise or anything, please just start out with the word question so we know that's what you're asking, and that way we don't miss it, or we'll try not to miss it. And if we do miss it, then come back around with the question again. Usually we'll be a couple minutes behind in the chat. That's just how it works. I see some folks, John and Diamond. Hey. Happy New Year. Y'all look good and sound good. Thanks so much, John and Diamond. Those guys are the funniest folks. I get a message from John. They've been on every group cruise with us for New Year's, and he's messages me. It's like I think it's New Year's Eve during the day, and says, I regret not going on the cruise. Diamond and I don't know what to do. We're struggling. We will never make the mistake again. And I told Sharon, we just started laughing. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And
Hold on, I'm getting my
now
first
they'll be
ad.
on next year's. They just
Yes,
booked
they
it
will.
today.
Oh, did he? That's fantastic. Kim Brewbaker noted, so no one, no, Kevin, no one mentioned you. Off the chisel is not that. No, that's a different thing. Good to see everybody out there. We hope you guys had a happy, safe, and healthy New Year to start with. And that unfortunately, I know a lot of you guys are having some rough weather out there. Sharon, have you seen the snow?
Yeah.
The posts that are online.
Yeah.
Oh
it
God,
looks
I'm
crazy.
sorry. Even a bunch of people coming back from the group cruise, where in Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, I think we were pushing about 70 something.
Mm-hmm.
On the 2 days before the end of the cruise, we had a pool party on deck. It was gorgeous. I mean, crazy, gorgeous weather.
Yeah, every day
And
was
now,
beautiful, except the very last day was chilly and a little breezy.
Yeah.
But that's typical for the Mexican Riviera.
That's right. That's right. Julie Amos did it. It was so fun to be on the New Year's Eve cruise. A lot of old friends and some new ones. That's right, Julie. It was great to see you. I'm so glad your boy, the other Matthew, your Matthew, could be with us as well. Nancy Fields, yes, you missed the cruise too. I know you did. Unbelievable. Someone else made a comment. Debbie and Clark said they missed as well. But there's always next year, and that'll be on the Aqua. We're going big. We're going to the East Coast. We've had a few from the West Coast. We're switching it up. So make sure you don't miss out. Contact Sharon to get on next year's New Year's Eve cruise on Norwegian's newest cruise ship. Let's see. Oh, Alfred AJ Anglesby's out there. He says, yeah, they have snow in North Carolina. No snow here. Rob, life from with favorable. You guys are in Texas. Your weather might be a little bit nicer being down south. And by the way, Rob, good work on the football season. Sharon, do you want to announce something about the little Sharonatsea Fantasy Football League?
Oh, yeah.
Is there something special you want to announce?
Actually, Jamie.
We?
Jamie, because Jamie's the one that actually kind of runs it and chooses the players and everything. Won this year Sharonatsea fantasy football.
I won fantasy football. I did. Some people refer to it as I won the championship in fantasy football. And Sharon, I'm pleased to announce that you are also a champion. We started a 6-person fantasy football league amongst some family members so that we could play with Maxwell. You know, sweet little Maxwell. Sharon destroyed him. He probably cried himself to sleep. Sharon won the championship, her first time ever playing fantasy football, and it was a nightmare. Let me tell you.
Okay, well, I played against 4, I'll say men, and 4 men and a boy.
4 men and a boy. Okay, 4 men and a boy. That's fair.
I came in first place, and I'm the champion. I beat all of these guys almost every week. I lost a couple, but I ended up winning in the end.
You did. You did a great job. I'm trying to read the.
I told Jamie if he needs any help next year, needs like some advice from someone.
Yeah, that's what I need, Sharon. 30 years of fantasy football under my belt, but I'm going to go to you. Unbelievable. Did anyone help you during the year, or did you just make all your decisions on your own?
I did get help once. Once.
Right.
But it was only basically on the website, how to do something on the website.
Yeah.
It wasn't really about what players to choose and all that.
No, I didn't point you in any direction. Okay, you know what? You're right. I didn't point you in any directions.
No, you told me how I go in to change my players because I had never played before, so I didn't know how to use the website.
Bonnevie Vacation said no snow in Mesa, Arizona. You got that right. Joseph Cotto, what's going on? Welcome to 2025. Debbie Shafkins, nice to see you. Wendy Johnstone, hope you and Roger made the long journey home okay. What's this, like an hour and a half for them? 2 hours or something like that?
Oh, Debbie Shafkins, I still owe you some jam from the Vlogadays. So if you are home now, let me know so I can get that shipped out to you.
What? Are you slacking on jam? Oh, she was gone.
She was gone.
They were on a cruise.
Yeah, she was gone. I didn't want to send it out when they're not home and just sitting.
No, that's a good call. Sue O'Connor had 8 inches of snow and sleet in St. Louis, Missouri. I wonder if my friend Larry Bum also had that kind of snow. I think he got about 12 inches or so from some pictures I saw. No show in SoCal, just a lot of wind predicted tomorrow, said Roger Johnstone. Kathy Dunn, hello. Kelly Ronaldo, hello, lovely to see you. Hope you, Chris, Evan, and the whole family are doing very well. Always thinking of you guys. Great to have you here. My Sharina, Texas will be getting the winter fun on Thursday. Oh, okay. Tess says cold as a fart here in Arkansas, but no snow or ice, not yet at least. Tess, the weather will come. Trust me, the weather will come. I drove through Arkansas once, and it poured rain on me. Actually, I drove twice. Had to go through it one way and one way the other. And I just thought of something funny in my head, and I can't say it. But Tess, your weather will be there. Trust me, it's going to come. Let me jump ahead a little bit. I'm trying not to get too far behind in the chat. Question, Jamie, will our duck make the shelf? Anita and Brian Ebert, will it make the shelf?
It's up there. I wonder if. Oh, maybe your head was covering it.
Oh, my head might. Yes, listen.
It's up there.
Little. It's funny that the more you tell people you don't like something, the more they want you to have it. We got duck gifts galore. As a matter of fact, hold on. Can I grab that one that's right over there?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Entertain the people, Sharon.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen Mary Barkley in the chat. I don't know if you're here, Mary. But if you are, Jamie's bringing your duck gift.
Hold on. Hang on a second.
I didn't see if there was a comment.
Kelly, that is great news that Evan is home with family. And
that is.
And, listen, Godspeed on more recovery for that young man. Yes, so this is another treat that I got. Am I holding it up right? This is the kind of stuff that some people are amazing, some people are great, and some people are both great and amazing, and that's what this is right here. This was made special for me.
Yeah.
Mary Barkley made this.
Like kind of waterproofing on the back, so it's actually can be used as a rug.
It can be used as a rug, or I was thinking about cutting it up into a Speedo. There's a lot of different things I could do with it, but it's fabulous. And thank you so much for that. That is just one of the nicest things I've ever received. Even though I hate ducks, but still, that was very nice. It's a thought that counts. Our duck gift came in the form of Herbert, Crazy Cat Traveler. Thank you for that, and I'm sorry about your tough loss for your Oregon Ducks. That was a rough one. Right? Now, Nautical Nurse Nancy saying, "Oh wow, Mary, you are amazing." She is amazing. You know who else is amazing? Nautical Nurse Nancy.
Yeah.
She's here through thick and thin. She probably has 40 inches of snow in Wisconsin where she lives, unless of course she's in Florida right now, in which case she may be in the pool. That they've gotten cleaned up after the storm. So I'm not quite sure what her situation is right now. Call him the Duck King. Mr. C, no, please. No. I don't want that. No duck here, just cold, said Sugar. Sugar, it was great to party with you. Sugar partied like a rock star. If you don't know her, Carrie was unbelievable on the group cruise. We had a lot of fun. And, of course, Anita and Brian Ebert, we met those guys for the first time. They were just fantastic.
So much fun hanging out.
That's right. Gina Bird, we see you. You and Matt were missed, but we know we'll catch you the next time. And Daniel Fields, I know you and Nancy will be on the Aqua next year. Probably, maybe. We'll see what happens. Sharon, what do you want to talk about? You want to cover? I will tell you guys right now that we couldn't be more unprepared for tonight. And what I mean by that is we got home yesterday afternoon. Spent, hours getting unpacked, cleaned up, ready to go. Sharon had a week's worth of, well, not a week's worth. I mean, you check your email all the time from the ship, but you had a lot of stuff to do all day today. I got caught up on some stuff, getting some content put on the computer to start editing. And next thing I know, I'm like, Sharon, we have a live stream in like 2 hours. Yeah. And so, boom, 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 we just threw this thing together, and there we were.
I stayed up I think I was up until like 1 a.m. last night because I was trying to do get all the laundry done. I didn't finish it, and get everything put away before today, just to be done with. I hate unpacking, and I just like everything done. But
you do such a good job packing us up. It's unbelievable.
And then, but I did sleep in. I didn't get up until like 7:30 this morning. But I've just been basically working all day, so it's been a busy day. But we'll want to get all caught up because we have family coming next weekend, so we're trying to keep things all good, so I'm not busy.
There you go. And speaking of great people, we mentioned Nancy, but also let's give a shout out to Leanne Francisconi. She is in Florida, no longer in New Hampshire, and so she's not freezing any longer. And there's an excellent chance she's got a martini in her hand right now, keeping her warm as well. So hello to both of those fantastic ladies who have been there through thick and thin with us here on the channel, and we always love them and appreciate them. And if you get lippy, they will hammer you, or they will nail you, or they will do both if you're lucky. But you have to be very lucky for that. Julian said, I can't do laundry. My solar equipment's acting up. No heat, no TV. Oh my God, Julie, that is a nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
Wow. I don't know. Well, we don't have solar, so
yes. Actually, I have heat. We've got it all. So just oh my God for you. I'm sorry about that. I feel bad you came back to the cruise show only to get smacked right into the wave season. Crazy Cat Travel, that's fine. Besides this coming weekend, where I know you're going to be focused on visitors and stuff like that, and of course your mom's birthday, then the next couple of weeks is all just work, all the way forth. I'll be busy as the assistant running errands for Sharon, I'm sure. Tonight I have to go to the grocery store and stuff like that, so we'll be busy.
Yeah, but it was wave season, and hopefully there will be some decent promotions and things. I wouldn't expect anything overly great this year, just because anytime lately there's supposed to be a good promotion, like even the Black Fridays and things. It just isn't happening anymore. Yeah. But hopefully there'll be some good stuff coming.
Well, I think the cruise lines just don't need a discount right now. They just don't. People are buying up cruises hand over fist. They're paying whatever they have to go out and cruise. Yeah. And I wonder,
selling out. I mean, like some people say, well, if we just stop booking them, then that maybe they'll lower the prices. But I don't think that's not the case, because people aren't going to stop booking them. Things are just selling out, and so as long as they're selling out, they're going to keep upping the price.
Wendy Johnson has the greatest idea I've ever heard. Jamie, you need to say that you hate cigars and whiskey, and you will get lost. Thank you, Wendy. I'd like to make an official announcement right now. I am disgusted by cigars, especially acid brand, and good bourbon and good vodka is my enemy, and I hate them all. So please send them
That's
immediately.
too funny, Wendy.
It would be nice to have a price drop on my Alaska cruise, but I'm definitely not holding my breath.
Yeah.
Carla McClendon, I know, right? It's tough out there.
And Alaska's one of the
not
ones.
much you can do about it.
Alaska's hard to get price drops usually, just because it's such a kind of narrow time frame out of the year.
It's like a niche
and
cruise,
people book Alaska. Alaska always books up.
Oh, Sharon, you know what? Right now, what I'd like to do is I need to crack open a. Hold on, I gotta get my can. I need to crack open a cold one, if you guys will excuse me right here. I'm just having a cold one here.
They're gonna be like, what kind of beer is that?
Yeah, that just sounds great. Oh, yes, it's so bubbly.
Yeah.
Let me take a. That is a delicious can of water. It's a can of water. Okay, yeah. I have a problem, and I have a rant. If I can do a quick rant here.
Last time we were on Norwegian, they had. I don't know if it was last time or the time
Sharon,
before.
you're stealing my rant.
No, they had the can of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we complained about it at nauseum, but people said, "Oh no, I still got the bottles.
Yeah,
so we figured, okay, last time was maybe a one-off. Well, we got on this cruise ship, and there were cans in our room, and we ordered some water to come to our room, and they brought us a case of cans of water. It's just, guys, water in cans is not. Who decided to do this? It is ridiculous. Yeah. It's a waste. It sucks. You can't take it anywhere. If you drink, you have to kill an entire can of water. And what are you going to do? Like, you want a little water before bed so you can drink an entire can so you can wet the bed on the cruise ship?
Well, I actually brought this cup with me. And I filled it with water in the room. So in the room, I drank out of my cup. But
I'm sorry I don't have a sippy cup. I forgot my sippy cup at home.
But you still can't take it like on excursions and things. A lot of times you like to take a bottle of water on an excursion and, just have it in the backpack and things like that. And you can't take the cans. I mean, you can take a can with you, but once you open it, you're kind of limited to you have to drink it. So
Tweety said NCL is weird with the water. It was in boxes, right? It was in the little box carton, but at least that had a lid.
Yeah.
So you could take it with you. Like let's say you get off the ship, or let's say you're walking around the ship and you bring a water with you in your backpack. Okay, you pull it out, undo it, take a sip, put the top back on, and put it away. But no, with this you have to take it, open it, and drink 16 whatever. I don't even know how many ounces are in here. 16 ounces of water, and then you can throw the can away. You can't just walk around with the can. You don't want to put the can down because you don't know what's going to fall in here. Somebody, some little flakes or something.
Watergate too.
Yes, it's an outrage. I really think that the cruise lines need to stop doing this water in a can thing. And I mean, listen, if that's the biggest problem I have all day, I guess it's not a big problem, but it just drives me crazy. And that's it.
I just have to remember next time to bring not only a cup like this for the cabin, but one that has a little screw lid that I can take off on excursion.
Yes. Richard Van Den Aaron said, yes, some had aluminum bottles of water. Richard, I saw those. Those were in our mini fridge that you could pay extra for. But the ones that I got that we paid for just to have ourselves, we got a little deal by buying a case of it. They're in the dang can. Beverly Juka says, doesn't NCL have water in the buffet to fill your personal cup?
It does.
It does, Beverly, but I don't want to go all the way to the buffet. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm a little thirsty. I'm going to go all the way, and I don't want to carry around a personal water cup, with me on an excursion or something where I just have to carry this darn Yeti or Stanley cup or whatever you got. Or even something like that. Sharon's okay with it, but I don't want to carry that around all day.
Well, I'm not going to carry this on an excursion.
I'm going to lose that thing.
It's open, but I'll put this in the cabin. I set it on my little nightstand by the bed, and I just keep it full, so I have it in the room. And I could go fill this in the buffet as well, but we just had water, so I just filled it with that. But I have done that before on NCL since the water's not included. But I usually drink a lot more water than just a glass here and there, so I hate to always have to walk there and fill it up.
Thank you. Jose Lara, you're right. Cans are for beer. That is man law. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that input. That's fabulous. Kim Brubaker's like, NCL losing me with the water issue. or they're not going to lose me over it. But it's still, it just drives me bonkers. I'm telling you that right now. It drives me bonkers. That's how they make the sales. Ethan, I get it, but it just still drives me crazy. Lesson learned, bring a sippy cup. No, I refuse to bring a sippy cup. And if I do, I'll bring a ridiculous, embarrassing one, and hopefully NCL will feel bad about it. Terry Gallant says, a question: is sailing on older ships from smaller ports a way to save money on cruising? Seems like trying to book sailings on newer ships increases the per night rate to a ridiculous price.
That's true. Yep, the
Yes.
ships are pricey these days.
Well, the thing is that the new ships seem to go to the same old ports,
And yeah,
and the older ships go to interesting ports that maybe you haven't gone to. So that's the give and take of
Yeah.
it. But look at it this way: book the older ship, save a little money, and get that older classic cruising experience. Like we have a couple cruises coming up this summer where we're going to be on older ships.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the Sunrise. That's an older ship. We're going to be on the Elation. That's like Carnival's oldest ship.
and the Conquest.
And the Conquest. And I'm super stoked about going on those couple of ships and getting into an old vibe. We're also going to be on an older royal ship, the Ovation.
Yeah.
So we really don't have anything until
And we're
what?
gonna be on an older princess ship too. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have any.
We don't have any new fun. We don't have any
Well,
icons or jubilees
We
or
do
any of that
have
stuff.
we do have something in April. That's a newer ship, and we have our next New Year's Eve cruise will be on the Aqua.
Yes.
So,
Well, yeah, but that's a year from now, and
but yeah.
and then we were just on Princess's newest ship, the Sun Princess, and I don't know what you all heard out there, but it were way more misses than hits on that cruise for us.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you. So that was not a great deal. So
But we're going back on Princess in a few weeks.
we will in a few weeks.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
like
okay.
just a very
It's right around the corner.
right around the corner.
Are you spilling some beans, or is that in public knowledge? It's a little on
I
down.
think we
We'll
mentioned.
talk more about it.
I
We'll
think
talk
we
more about
mentioned
it.
that we were going on Princess cruise.
Mary Ellen Dillon, what's up, girl? Says, I have a Swell insulated bottle that has a screw-on lid. I love it. What, Marilyn? That's cool, but again, I don't want to carry the bottle all day. Like if I drink my water, like I don't want to drink the water at once, but I'll drink it in an hour, right? Hour and a half. But then I don't want to carry the bottle, and then I have to worry about dropping my bottle, losing my bottle, or where's my bottle? Who's touching my bottle, or what's happening with my bottle?
That's a little too much.
But still, I don't
mind bringing a bottle with a screw top lid to put in my backpack. That's fine. I just have to remember next time. And I almost thought about doing it, and then thinking of the whole water thing, I brought this one instead for the cabin, and I wasn't really thinking at the time when I was packing about getting off the ship.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit more. Solution: have Sharon carry your bottle. That's great. That's a great idea. Jamie, you can put it in your bag. I don't always have a bag.
I always have a bag. when we
Well,
go
maybe I
on
have a
the
bag. I don't want to carry. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Okay.
keeping track of my wallet, my phone. Which, thank you, Kelly Madison, if you're out there.
trip. Yeah, you
I
better.
lost my phone for the first time in about 50 years this
And,
trip.
and,
But found it.
and it was a brand new phone.
But found it. So thank you for that. I got to keep track of my room key. I got to keep track of my drinks. I just, it's too much. It's just too much for me.
Oh my god.
Jamie, think of it as a glass of bourbon. Richard, if it was a glass of bourbon, I would drink it and then I would be done with it in 5 minutes. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. Real beer is bottled and it tastes better. Sugar, I can drink that faster. I can definitely drink that faster than water. Aaron Chu, then you buy a bottle of water at OXXO and pour it into your bottle, and now you have to find a trash can for that first water bottle. It's a whole mess. Well, I'm just saying that this is not what I want. I just don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want this. This should be a beer. It should not be water. Thank you very much. And I'm done now.
Ethan and Debbie said enough of the rant now.
Okay. All right. We're off the rant and we're going to move on to something else.
Rhonda
Sharon-
Carney said, curious about the Sun Princess. I've been thinking about booking it.
Oh.
I would definitely book it now.
Yes.
I think one reason we had a couple issues with the specialty dining was because it was the first cruise here in the U.S. and they just weren't quite organized yet. But from what I hear, they're getting it together. So
I'm sure they'll be back to normal.
I would definitely book it. We love the ship itself, and there had great entertainment, lots of things to do on board.
Yes, Richard Van Den Aaron said, Jamie's future present, canned water. No, please don't send me the canned water. Don't send me the canned water, please. Kelly Madsen said, what's so funny? I carried that phone around for hours thinking it belonged to Sugar and then found out it was yours. I was even with Sharon for dinner and could have given it to her. I know, right?
I didn't realize either because when I was looking at it was up and I didn't see the back of it really. And so, yeah. That's weird.
Well, I lost the phone for a minute. And the funniest thing is, all right, so, if you go to a phone and you tap the front of the phone, you get that. So that's what comes up on my. Hold on, let me see if you can see that. This is what comes up on.
You
can't really see.
You can't see it at all.
Oh dang! Oh, hang on, it went off. That's why. There it is. All right, so you see that, right? There's a big Chargers lightning bolt right there, and if you would have tapped it, or maybe Kelly would have tapped it, they'd be like, I don't think that Sugar's a Chargers fan, and then it would have been so easy. But listen, I still love you for saving the day. So thank you so much for that. All right, let me pull things back up again. All right, Sharon, what else do you want to talk about? Let's get a little more into the joy. Okay, what do you? Great cruise, mediocre cruise. Where did it sit for you on your cruises, on your NCL cruises? What do you think?
Well, let's see. Well, I'm gonna give it a 10 as far not for the cruise ship. I'm gonna say a 10 that we had for the fun aspect.
The fun was a 10
because it was a group cruise and it was.
And I might have one or two pictures to share with you guys.
But
so sit tight for that.
If I'm looking at it like for the ship itself, maybe like food, service, things like that, I'm gonna like just overall. Gosh, I'm gonna say.
Watch what you say here.
Like if it wasn't a group cruise and I just got on and thinking of the food.
Come on.
Let's say maybe.
You are really dragging this up.
I'm just deciding what to go with. I'm gonna say 7.5 to 8.
Oh my God.
Maybe 8. Maybe.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's about 7.
I wasn't sure if I should say 7.5 sounds low, 8 sounds better, but there were some things that were a little 8 and maybe a little above, but there were things that were more like 7.
Oh, let's do a rundown real quick. Let's do a rundown if we can. Okay, embarkation
Embarkation
super
was
smooth.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Smooth, great. Everything was great.
Oh, debarkation.
Debarkation, fabulous.
Our next
Just
the
fabulous.
smoothest ever.
Yes, that was super smooth.
We were off the ship and in our car in a matter of moments.
That's right. And there was no special, nothing special. There was no priority access. There was nothing particularly special on either one. We were standard on,
We
off.
just carried our luggage
experience.
off this time. Well, we do most of the time anyway. So we did get off earlier though this time. Then we usually stick around, have breakfast in the main dining room, and then kind of get off as late as we can.
Mm-hmm.
This time we were off the ship by 7:30ish or so, 8.
We were in the car. We were in the car on the road by 8:30, which is very early for us.
Usually we ordered room service in the morning. We put our little tag out on the door the night before, so we ate quickly. We got up, ate quickly, and then just left from our room. So we didn't take that time to go have breakfast and things. And so that's probably why we that's just smooth debarkation.
Okay, so you just mentioned something. Room service. How'd you like the room service?
Room service.
You pay what? You pay $5 a pop every time they bring it, but they bring as much as you order. It's just $5 one-time charge.
And you even pay the $4.95 for like the continental breakfast. Yes. I know most cruise lines will still include that, but you pay after that. Yes. But Norwegian you pay no matter what, but it's a straight flat fee, $4.95, and you can order as much as you want. We had connecting rooms with the kids, so we had 2 rooms. I would always order everything just on our little thing in the morning.
Yes.
That way we only got charged the $4.95 once and not for both rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you could order as much as you want. They probably thought we were crazy because I would order like two.
We ordered food to feed like 5
omelets, 2 French toasts, and we'd order 2 toasts.
Sharon, you're not supposed to tell people all the secrets.
So when they come and they just see us, and they're probably like, "Oh my God, these people are."
Well, we had true connecting cabins where we literally had the door open between the cabins the whole time to kind of make it one big cabin, which comes in handy when there's multiple people and one bathroom.
Yeah.
That extra
Yeah.
bathroom was a godsend on occasion.
Yeah.
But okay, so room service was great, but they forgot almost every time
Yeah.
something was missing.
Something,
One way or
yeah,
the other.
some
Some
little thing.
little bigger, whatever, but
Like-
something always seemed to be missing.
Maybe the butter's missing, or one time the toast, or no, your potatoes or something.
Something
like that.
didn't come, and and it's way too much
But-
trouble to call and say, "Hi, I didn't get this," and then wait 40 minutes for it to come.
Yeah.
So you just kind of say, "Well,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?"
Yeah, we always had our coffee and usually something to eat. So
How about specialty dining?
specialty dining?
We did 2 specialty dining nights.
They were both awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where'd we go?
We went to Cagney's, and it's kind of funny because we have this thing where every time we cruise and we eat at a steakhouse, which is we just don't have the best experience. And it's weird because I love steak, Matthew loves steak, you like steak. But,
Yes.
but we never have a great experience. Usually it's the service or something, or something's wrong, the food's not cooked quite right or something. But this time, Cagney's, it was our second best specialty restaurant at a steakhouse that we've ever had. It was great. Everything was, the food was good, the service was good.
Oh, great question. Stephanie says, "Is the Joy the same class ship as the Jade?"
No.
No.
The Jade is a much smaller, older ship.
The Joy is a Breakaway Plus class, so the same. So it's very similar to the Getaway.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's the same as the Bliss and
Okay, the Bliss
Encore.
and the Encore.
Yeah.
Okay, so but the Getaway is just like the Breakaway.
Yeah. The Getaway
Okay,
is
so
right.
Getaway, Breakaway, or Breakaway class, and the other ones are
But
the
the
Joy is a
Jade,
Breakaway
but the
Plus.
Jade, the Jade is a smaller, older.
Okay, and I see your comment, landing, Anne, about I just order water at the bar with my drink. No, I get it, but I like water in the cabin, and in the morning, I like another thing is that I like to do like an electrolyte packet in the morning when I get up, to kind of make sure that I'm hydrated and get kind of rejuvenated. And when you do it and you put it in a can, you got to like put your thumb over the top, and I'm shaking it, and the water spitting all over, and it's my own problem. It's my own problem, but it's my problem, and I like it, and I have it, and I can't control that.
So also we ate at Ocean Blue,
Yes, amazing.
and that was great. The service was wonderful.
Yes.
Everything was good. I ordered a steak there too, just because I don't like the seafood, but I will say my steak was better at Cagney's than Ocean Blue. It was a little bit overcooked at Ocean Blue. But the service was great, and really everything was great at both of the specialty restaurants.
There you go. Kelly says, I'm with you, Sharon. It was nice. I wasn't blown away. Favorite thing, the favorite thing was no slips to sign when you got your drinks. And I did love my huge room. Food choices were not favorite, but a 10 plus for the group. Yeah. All right. So the specialty was great. The food that we had, I felt in the main dining rooms was good. The service was okay. The last night had a very odd occurrence.
Yeah. It was very.
I don't have time to go into it now. If you were there, you know what we're talking about. But let's just say that it usually, if there's people eating in the dining room, they should be able to have their beverages refilled, and that parts of the kitchen shouldn't close down before the guests in the dining room are gone.
Well, it wasn't the kitchen.
Well, it was. Well, it's their kitchen, their bar area.
Yeah.
So it's their area there. So they shouldn't have things broken down and not available. So you should be able to get a Coke during your meal, even at the end of the meal if you want, before you've actually left. It was a very weird
we were
thing.
told that because if our server had wanted to get another drink, he had to go all the way to the atrium bar and come back with it because they had closed that bar down that the restaurant used already, because they were closing things down early that night because they had an inspection coming early on debarkation morning. So I think they were
a quarterly inspection.
Yeah. So they were, I think, closing things down, to allow extra time for cleaning and all that, so to make sure they pass their inspection.
There you go. Richard Van Den Aaron said the breakfast food was mediocre from room service. Listen, my omelets, my breakfast potatoes were good. I mean, it's never as hot as you want. We did get the bento boxes that we do like, where they have some pastries and all this stuff and a bunch of stuff in a box. Yeah. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, you got the omelets, I think. I got the French toast, and it wasn't as warm as it could be. But I noticed when we ordered regular toast or English muffins and things, they were cold.
Yeah.
They weren't really warm when they got there.
Wendy Johnstone wants them to offer more Italian food choices in the main dining room. There you go. That'd be well. They had a series. In the main dining room. They had a couple of appetizers, usually like 3 or 4 appetizers and maybe 2 salads. And they changed a little bit, but I saw a couple of duplicates during the week. Then they had about 5 or 6 classic entrees that were on the menu, the same things every night. And then they had about 4 or 5 new entrees on the menu that would change every night. And then, of course, they had, dessert and some wine recommendations, and stuff like that.
I don't think they had 4 or 5 entrees.
There were at least 4. At least 4. I can, if I'm.
I don't
not
know. I felt like the main dining room menu was very similar every night that we ate in there. We didn't eat in there every night.
Yes.
So.
But probably the thing that was off the most, which you wouldn't think, was the local. They have a local bar, or on other ships it's Oceans.
That was another thing that was so weird, how they were very forgetful of things. You would order something and they would like forget something, and then trying to flag someone down to actually get it was a pain. It's like once they brought your food, you didn't see them again. And there was just weird things like that.
Yes.
We went there just about every night. I think I did go there every
Almost
night,
every night
except for the last night to get carrot cake, because I love their carrot cake, and that did not disappoint. Their carrot cake was on point. It was great. So, but the next to last night we went there, and I just wanted some like chips, like the tortilla chips, because I saw someone eating some, and I was like, oh, those look good. And so I ordered the chips, and then I ordered my carrot cake because we were just going for a late night snack. You ordered the chili, which came with the chips. So when they served our food, they didn't bring me my chips. They brought your chili and our friend's chili and everything. No chips for me. And then later he brings my carrot cake. And then after that, he's like, oh, and then he brings my chips. After I was halfway done eating my carrot cake, I'm like, I had already eaten some of Jamie's chips.
Well, that was another
like,
thing where
I don't need chips anymore.
It always seems like there's something missing. And I'll tell you what, we've complained a little about the local setup on the new ships, the Viva and the Prima, how there's one long bar area, then there's a separate restaurant area, and they're very separated from each other. They don't intertwine at all. But maybe that's a better way to go. And like at the local or Oceans on a lot of ships, there are bar tops around where the main bar is, and that overlooks, the area below and the atrium where bands are playing, so that's cool. And then there's a separate spot. But one thing I will say is that, at times that local gets blown up. I mean, it gets blown up, and, there are teens out the yin yang eating in there late night, and people just converge in there at the weirdest hours. And I guess they probably just have a bunch of food ready to go. But sometimes if you're not on a regular breakfast, lunch, or dinner time, it just is lacking a little.
But it was just kind of weird. I mean, every other time we've ate at the local or Oceans on other ships, it's been great.
Yeah.
But so this was just kind of odd. And then the one morning we did have breakfast in there one morning because we wanted to see what the breakfast was like. And you had ordered, I forget, something else. Anyways, they brought everything and brought your other food, but you had ordered oatmeal. And then they just didn't bring your oatmeal.
Get the oatmeal.
They didn't bring your oatmeal.
It's always one thing. It's just like always one thing.
Yeah,
and another thing is that these guys, the people who work in the local, they don't write your stuff down.
No.
They tell them what you want, and they go, okay. And then they leave, and I'm like, maybe if you wrote it down, you'd have everything. Just odd stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing really big, nothing to ruin the moment so much, but just odd, little misses here and there. Overall, food and everything was good, with just a few weird moments.
Yeah.
Our cabin steward.
Main dining room, my food was really good every night.
I enjoyed it. Yes, I thought it was great. Our cabin steward was freaking awesome.
He was great.
He was great. We saw him in the hallway every day. He always mentioned us by name. He took care of both cabins for us. You flicked on that make up my room switch, and boom, he was all over that.
Yeah.
So that was fabulous. Bars on the ship. There are a ton of bars on the ship, and depending on how busy it was, you could have a great experience, or it could be a real snoozer, because a lot of times we'd go to a bar and there's one bartender and one extra person, or maybe a bar back, you'd call them, or something like that, and they'd be the one coming out to tables. So there's people that like to go up to the bar and get a drink, or you're walking through the ship and you go to a bar to get a drink and keep going. And then there's people sitting at tables. But quite often, you'd get up there and it would take a little while to get your drink because there's 3 or 4 drinks deep. There's a couple drinks that need to be made by the guy that's working, and so a little bit of a delay. But one tip and one thing that worked out great for us was going on the on deck 8. Deck 8, I think it's deck 8. There's an area called the waterfront. It's an outside area where you can go, and a lot of restaurants on deck 8 have outside seating there on the waterfront. And there were 2 bars, one bar adjacent to the Sugarcane Mojito bar, and one bar adjacent to the Cavern Club bar, and those places were great to go. It was funny when we did our bar tour. We went to the bar outside on deck 8, and we walked out there, and there was not a soul out there, and all of a sudden like 15 or like 20 of us show up at one time, and the guy was fabulous. So the bars were good. The drinks were pretty good all the way around, but the new More at Sea, I'm not sure if we had More at Sea not.
No, we had the free.
Okay, so we were still on the free at sea because More at Sea started on January 1, but our cruise started on December 29. So it was weird. Double check to know what's exactly is in your drink package now, because I went to go order like a Moscow Mule at a bar with Grey Goose vodka, and the guy says, "Oh, Grey Goose isn't in your package." I'm like, oh, okay. So I just chose another one. No big deal, whatever. But then I was able to get like Buffalo Trace bourbon. But then I went to another place and I asked for a higher end scotch. And I said, yeah, I don't suppose that Johnny Walker Double Black is on the package. He goes, oh, yeah, that's included. And there's no way that would be included if like Grey Goose wasn't. So for the most part, no issues, but a hair confusing.
Sometimes I feel like we've had this on other Norwegian trips, so that one bar something isn't included and another bar it may be included. So yes. I wonder, I don't know if that's really the case, or if just maybe the bartenders don't quite know and they just give it to you.
Matt Bird said, I think talking about the hydrating and having electrolytes, he said, I would think he'd get enough drinks during the day to hydrate. Yeah, Matt, we definitely got enough drinks to hydrate. And on a couple of occasions, as a matter of fact, there was plenty of hydrating going on. I don't know if it was the right hydrating or not. I'm going on the Joy in March, so I'm interested in this conversation tonight. Terry Kelly, what's going on? Yeah, listen, hey, we had a great time. I will go back on the Joy in a heartbeat and everything, but we're just trying to spitball and give you some different things off the top of our head. So cabin steward, great. The bars were good, but sometimes they could use a little more help. Food overall, pretty good. The buffet was pretty good. Not a huge selection. I feel like there's more for Norwegian, but everything I ate at the buffet was good stuff.
Yeah, it was good, but I felt like it was a lot of the same things. A little underwhelming for the buffet this time.
Condition of the ship was great. Great condition. It's not that old. It was built came out in like 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been refurbished since then.
Yes,
but it was in good condition.
There you go. Deborah A 1999 says, "Love your hair." She got in a little bit late, but she's loving your new hairstyle. Everyone thinks you have a new hair. You know what? It's just you are just fresh off of a hairdo, and it makes you look
fresh off of a hairdo.
There you go. Rhonda says, "I did make it past midnight on a few times on my last cruise. I made it past midnight a couple times, but there are a few times I didn't make it too far past midnight. Let me maybe Jimmy's drink choices don't hydrate." Well, yeah, that could be a true statement.
Mary said, yes, they ran out of chocolate eclairs.
They did, right, Mary?
That was another weird thing. The very last night, we had a group dinner in the main dining room, and it was at 8:30, so it was a little bit later dinner because that's when they could fit all of us in together. So, but chocolate eclairs was one of the desserts on the menu. So several people in the group ordered the chocolate eclairs. Well, they had run out of chocolate eclairs. And I can't remember the last time I've been on a cruise where they said they ran out of one of the desserts. I don't even really remember.
But here's the deal. They took our order and then they brought out the Snickers pound cake just as an automatic replacement.
Yeah.
And we just heard rumblings like, oh, no eclair, no eclair, no eclairs, and everyone's talking more about it. And then they're like, okay, pound cake.
They didn't tell us
that. No, I had the eclair. They're like, oh, no, we're out of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, how about a heads up?
Yeah, they didn't tell us.
Maybe an alternate, whatever. Hello, John from the Ship Show. We see you out there. Lovely to see you. I hope it's not too chilly out there, my friend. You probably have a couple of inches or feet of snow going on out there. All right, let me drop a few photos here. Let's throw a little entertainment on the mix, Sharon. Hold on. I might have to go. Oh, there we go. I can see everything now. Getting old sucks, everybody. Getting old sucks. What do we have? All right, is this hold on, is this
No,
something
that's-
from our cruise?
No, that's not.
Oh no, that's the Jimmy Jamboree, guys. 2026 Jimmy Jamboree, the one for the boys. It's a group cruise for just the boys. April 10 to 13, 2026 on NCL Getaway. It's gonna be hot fire. Make sure that you contact Sharon to book that cruise. What's the next? Oh, is this from the cruise? Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. That's the Greek Isles cruise. Never mind. We'll jump past that. There's plenty of people on that. Oh, this cruise is still going to be good. Carnival Sunrise, July 12 to 17, 2025, with our friends Brian and Julie from How We Cruise. Make sure that you check that out. And of course, there is room on the girls' cruise to join Nancy, Sharon, and all the other girls on the Carnival Freedom. Hopefully, it's not too fiery of a cruise. Get it, the Freedom Fire of the cruise. So anyway, I'm sorry.
We're gonna fire things up.
You're gonna fire things up, all right. Okay, let me see what I have here. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice picture. This was a great picture of the group. New Year's Cruise 4.0. So this is our 4th annual New Year's Cruise. And it worked out great. And we found a nice spot to do this. And this is our official photo from it. Yeah, and a few less than last year. But I think next year as we get over to the Aqua, I think it's going to be unbelievable. I think we did have everyone here in the group. And I think you can see everyone's face, as a matter of fact. So that is super cool as well, and everyone looks good. So awesome time with all these folks. We absolutely loved it. Let me see what else I have to share with you guys here. Shayna reached a great picture. It is a great picture. Listen, it is, and these are this is like the one picture where we really put some time and effort into organizing ourselves and prepping for it and getting ready for it and all that. So
that was
turned
up
out very
in the
good.
observation lounge.
Yeah, and we did it at night, and we found a good spot with the right light. The tree was there, so that was lovely, and that was super cool. Okay, here we go. Some of you might have seen this in the cruise crew. New Year's Eve, it was nice wearing just a nice, comfortable shirt that was decorated instead of a big vest or anything this year.
Yeah, it was kind of nice because they don't have formal night on Norwegian, and so New Year's Eve they did have a different menu, a little more of a, I guess, not upscale, but nicer, kind of a different menu on New Year's Eve because of that. But but
New Year's Eve was great.
Everyone a lot of people dressed up a little bit, but they they weren't in like suits and like over the top like you feel like maybe on.
Yeah, you didn't feel like you had to do that.
Yeah.
But one thing that was great about really quick, talk about the New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve they had a dance party at the Spice H2O bar at the back end of the
ship. And they did the countdown there as well.
They did a little countdown there, but it wasn't the focal point.
Yeah.
They just showed it on the screen. Then they also had a thing going on in the atrium.
And they did a balloon drop in the atrium.
Yeah, and so they did that. But the big party was on the Lido deck, and they did have they had a cool ice carving out there, and they had the captain was out there, and the cruise director was counted down. They had a live band playing out there.
And they had the big movie screen up there, and they did the countdown on that.
It was nice how they had a lot of spaces for people to go to, so there was a lot of room. You weren't insanely packed like I've been on other ships before.
The areas were full. I mean, they were all full, but you didn't feel like you were like, arm in arm crowded.
Yeah. Well, you can tell from right here, right? I mean, this was getting close towards the end of the night. Mm-hmm. But there's still plenty of room, and you can take a picture, and you're not getting knocked over by people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then over to the side there was they had a band playing out there.
Yep.
A live band, so that was nice.
So that was very cool. One of our favorite times, one of Sharon's favorite things she did was we did the salsa and salsa again, and here's Sharon very aggressively muddling her salsa. And there's two things I love about this picture. One of them is Sharon so intense here as she's making her salsa. But if you look over her shoulder, I believe Kelly Madison just got done tasting an incredibly spicy salsa that had a lot of hot pepper in it. And it kind of woo! She was like, whoa, it blew her mind. Or maybe she just chugged a bunch of margarita, one or the other. But that was a funny picture. So that was a lot of fun. And we did the salsa and salsa through the cruise line this time. We did it last year.
We did it last year.
Great fun. And we did it again.
Yeah. Last year we had a private excursion. This year, since then, they have a contract now with the cruise lines, so they're not allowed to do private excursions anymore. If they do, they can maybe lose their contract.
Well, they can't do a private excursion if you're on a cruise, and the cruise is having a cruise version of that.
Yeah, but all the cruise lines offer that, so unless it's just a day and you're visiting one of those ports on a land vacation, then you have to book it through the cruise line. But they did do something nice for us, because when I had reached out to them about it, and she told me just go ahead and book it through the cruise line. But she said, let me know how many people are in your group, and we'll set up some tables kind of special for you guys. So they had all of our tables
That was very
set
cool.
up in the kind of the front there on the side.
We got there instead of
And-
there being just 25 of us like
and we were
last
all
year.
we were all
There
seated
were
together.
125 minimum people there.
Oh, at least.
And we got there, we're like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And then we saw the gal, Abby, who was there last year, and she remembered you, and she gave you a hug,
Yeah.
and she goes, "Come on, she's doing a salsa, and she's English. She got an English accent.
Yeah,
so
it's
she
funny.
brought you over to the area.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
So we
that's
had a
awesome.
nice little area there, I think, and we had a lot of fun.
That was fabulous. We had a great time, and
I will say that I had more fun with the salsa making and margarita making and that part of it. The dancing part of it, I think, was the part that maybe wasn't as fun this year.
Yeah, a little chaotic.
Because it was just so crowded and everything. But
Well, last year I feel like we made salsa, then we danced, then we
yeah,
went back to
it was a
making
little more
salsa.
personal with that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're right. So,
But-
and at the end of the day, though, I mean, also last year I think the drinks were much stronger, because I bet you I feel like when it's a cruise ship excursion, they have to kind of back off a little bit of how much booze they're throwing at you. Mentally, I think they do that. But when it was just a private deal, boom, they were crushing us with it, and
I
that
don't
was a
know,
good time.
but yeah,
It's my
but
theory, it's my
it
theory.
was fun being together and
That's my own theory. So that was a good time. Let's see, what is the next picture I have lined up here? Okay. So here we go. Let me
was
tell you
our-
guys a funny little story.
One of the
This
bar
is one of
crawls.
the funniest things that happened. So we did a bar tour, and we started at a bar. We went to a couple of the pool deck bars. So this is the third bar. So we all took pictures, with our fingers up for bar number 3. Now, if you notice here in this picture,
it
if you
looks like
see me
Jamie.
there.
It looks like Jamie wet his
Let
pants.
me get this picture a little bit bigger for you and see if I can show you. If you look at me, I'm soaking wet all over my belly. My pants are soaked. My new Skechers are soaking wet because of Sharon. And what happened there was I'm just saying I don't know what happened. I'm standing there talking to Sharon.
No,
And then I turn,
You moved
and all
a
of a
little
sudden,
bit,
I moved a little,
yeah.
and she like throws a drink on me.
I didn't throw
Or something.
No, I was holding my drink and I didn't have a really tight grip on it. And we were like kind of close together, and then you kind of moved and it just hit my hand just enough where
Well, you just went,
my
boom.
drink just like fell out of my hand because I didn't have a tight grip on it, and it went all over Jamie.
Yes, and at that moment, like everyone was watching me at that moment, and everyone's dying laughing. It's just
wow,
hysterical.
that was funny.
Everyone is just hysterical laughing, and that moment, this moment led to the next moment, which was a very special moment. Our dear friend Mary, you see her in the middle of the picture there. She's got a striped shirt on, a little light jacket, and she wanted to be helpful and offer to help me clean it up a little bit, in a very joking manner. And so then someone was taking a picture. I think it was Kelly. And she says, "Oh, hold on." She goes, "Oh, do that again. Let me get a picture of that." So we got a picture of that, and the picture turned out like this. It was unbelievable. And Mary was she really buckled down on helping to absorb some of the stuff, and I had a very odd reaction to that, and it was just amazing, and I want to thank Mary for that moment, because that was a great time, and I hope that Slumberjack wasn't too mad about that, but I thought it was just fabulous. And the face, I mean, I had to make the face when she was doing that because there was no way I couldn't do that. I think I need to jump into the chat and see if there's a reaction to that photo, because that was unbelievable. Let's see. She was getting deep in there. Clark was laughing so hard at those pictures. Oh my. Yes, Jamie's Joyous Bar Tour. It definitely was. It was Jimmy's Joyous Bar Tour. Julie Taylor, the Salsa and Salsa was at Mazatlan. We did it in Mazatlan.
Yeah.
We've done it in Mazatlan twice now. Wendy Johnson said, yeah, they were stronger that last time. That's right. That is right.
Yeah.
A little information. Nancy's giving it. Boys Cruise is 4/10 to 13/2026, Mr. Z. So make sure you get it going on. Yeah, Debbie Rain said, love the salsa and salsa, ladies. We did in October with them again.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they are hot. They're
Yes.
all nice.
Yeah, the drinks were on Jamie. That's right. Yeah, drink it in the face, said Stephanie. Yes, that was just, it was a great picture and a great time. Anita and Brian, it sure was. And those kids were new to the group for us, and it was great meeting them for the first time as well. For a good time, call Mary. Debbie Champions, that's the best comment. Wendy said, you bumped Sharon's glass. Wendy, don't turn on me now. We know it was Sharon's fault. SASC scandal next on TMZ. Yes, it was just the funniest thing. It was great. And then let's see, I don't know, let me go back to that picture just so you can really enjoy the heck out of it. So after that, let's see, okay, so then the next big event we had was we did a pool party.
Pool party, yeah.
And I put down on the notes, I said, listen guys, we're gonna have a pool party, and we planned it specifically for the first of the last 2 sea days because we knew that'd be the best weather heading back from being all the way down south. And I got up early to do a ship tour, so I was very early there. So I'm literally one of the first people there. There's a few other people that were starting to set up some towels. So I ran back to the room after the ship tour. I changed my clothes, got into my poolside clothes, and grabbed a couple towels, and I set some up for the 4 of us, me, Sharon, and Matthew, and Callie. They ended up not coming, but I promise you this, before you say it, I was in that chair the entire time. That was not a chair hog scenario. I set up the chairs for myself and my family, and I maintained the chair the entire time. I thought I was going to be there for like an hour and a half, but at that point, I think it was like maybe just barely 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, somebody else came and
yeah, the Van Den Aarons rolled in like an hour early, and I was like, thank God. And then at 8 o'clock, the bar opened. So the bar opened at 8 o'clock, and we took advantage of it. And then we got, I think Frankie was his name. We got a bartender to take care of us. And I'm not kidding you. I have not had that many Bloody Marys, and I can't even remember when. And we came out of the gate as strong could be, and had a great time. And a bunch of people joined us, and it was so cool because we had a bunch of chairs that were right by the cool pool area.
And the pool was right next to
the
those
pool was
chairs.
right next to us.
The little area that you could kind of sit in there.
Yeah, so our chairs, like you see on the left, there's a chair right there with like a thing around it. Our chairs were right next to this area. Our group just commandeered this fun umbrella corner of the pool and just hung out there almost the whole day that we were there. And it was just great fun for everybody being in there. And we drank a lot. But let me tell you that when our bar tour, the group drank. Our salsa and salsa we drank. But everyone was just throwing back drinks and having such a good time. And then, let me see really quick. And then this happened.
My goodness. Hello. My name's Jimmy, and this is my friend Roger the Dodger. Hello. How you doing, mate? Richard the Dicky. We're here to have a good old time on the Noise and Joy, eh? Hello. Cheers to you. Cheers, mate. My goodness. Hello. My name's Jimmy, and this is my friend Roger the Dodger. Hello. How you doing, mate? Richard the Dicky.
All right, now I'm letting this play twice just so you can get the whole feel of it.
On the Noise and Joy, eh? Hello. Cheers to you. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, so that was just a very fun time that we had.
You
A bunch of us
your
just hanging
voice
out there.
changed.
I did. I adopted my own little southern or a little accent there. Southern England, actually. Southern England accent I adopted right there. Never seen so many pool chairs to Diane. Diane, they were all full, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Sugar said, oh my God, it's so loud in that picture. Good night, Deborah Bolton. Love to have you. Mashed potatoes and gravy, Richard, that was something we were doing a lot of as well. Once we transitioned out of the Bloody Marys, we got into the mashed potatoes and gravy, dark rum, pina colada with a dark rum floater on it. We turned a couple of people next to us onto those as well. So we shared that information. We knew Jimmy was coming out on NCL, said Crazy Cat Traveler. Your eyes needed toothpicks, said Larry. Larry maybe a little bit, but it was a good time, and at least you were drinking the beer. That's right, Mr. Z. We were, and we were mixing it up, and we had just a great time. So it was a blast all the way around on the cruise, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I just love the New Year's Eve cruise. Is just the perfect cruise for me.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love the heck out of it. And it's great.
I love it because it's a great way to bring in the new year. They're a little bit smaller groups, so it's just nice because you're able to hang out with everyone a lot, you know.
Mary Barkley, look, Mary says mashed potatoes and gravy 10 at a time. Mary, you're right about that. We did at least 3 times, I think, we got our bartender to bring over an entire tray full of mashed potatoes and gravies in those Norwegian plastic cups. And that was freaking, it was just fabulous. It was just fabulous. Hysterical. I was wondering what the story was with that photo, said Diane Carlson. Yes, it was just a good time. And Matthew did a great job on the roulette table. Anita and Brian, thanks so much for that. Yes, we didn't do a slot pull, but Matthew hosted a roulette spin event that was fun, and we actually didn't lose all of our money. We started with 20, and everyone ended up with, I think, 15 or 16 or something like that. Yeah. So we didn't lose it all, so that was kind of a nice deal. And then we did an impromptu slot pull on the last day. And yes, we did lose our money there. So we will be going back to the roulette spins going forward to see if we can maximize there. The pool was a great temperature too. Richard, it wasn't bad. It took a second to get used to it when you got in there. And by second, I mean a few minutes. But I don't know. I don't think you jumped in there.
No,
my
feet were in there sitting on the side, and it was cold at first. But then once you get used to it after a little while, but there's no way I would have put my whole body in there.
Well, once you've had about 11 or 12 drinks, I mean, listen, I'll tell you, if we were on Carnival, I'm pretty sure that we would have maxed out the drink package, a number of us, before 1 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. And then I went to go lay down, just to kind of take a load off for a minute. And I think I took about a 30-minute nap off to the side. There may be pictures of that somewhere, but I'm hoping that they're only to be shared with people in the group. For those kind of photos, there are a handful of photos that are group specific, and you have to be in the group to get your hands on.
You have to come on the group cruise to see those special photos.
That is right. That is right. Wendy loved Matthew's idea. Thank you. I appreciate that. So it was fun splashing people on the side. Oh, Richard W., we did that. And by the way, dude, it was so great meeting you and Alana and Andrea. That's why I keep saying Andrea. Yeah. Andrea. I got to make sure that I mess up and I go with Alana versus Andrea. Mm-hmm. My apologies. You and Andrea were just awesome. And no one was in the pool. I mean, because they thought it was too cold. But there were 25 people sitting on the outskirts of the pool with their feet in there. And then a bunch of us came over and were like, come on, everybody, get in the pool. And no one got in the pool. And then we're like, well, if you're not going to get in the pool, we're going to get in. And then we all started jumping in the pool and splashing people. They may or may not have been pissed off. But it was a good time. Mary said, I'll send your sleeping picture to you. I think someone posted it in the group itself. So remember, if you take pictures from that group and you post them, then you will not be allowed on any other group cruises. Just keep that in mind.
Well, not all pictures, but ones that aren't maybe.
That's right. Roger says, the humidor was a little small, but a good time was had by all who participated. We did a little cigar, not a cigar under the stars, but because they had the cigar lounge, we did it like on a midday. I think that was on the last day, as a matter of fact, and that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed that too. Well, I enjoyed it. Sharon didn't enjoy it.
Well, I wasn't there. I didn't go there.
Yes. Lindy Lou says, I wish I could find a hairdresser to dye my hair like you, Sharon. Oh, wow.
Well.
Are you saying that's not her natural color? All right.
Well, yeah, my hair is very dark brown, really. Yeah. But, Lindy Lou, you have to come to Arizona. But.
Yes, and Sharon will take you to her special person.
I have been going to the same lady for probably 15 years. Mm-hmm. And she's great.
Sugar said, everything turned out great after I got my luggage. I do remember that on the first night, Sugar was still looking for her luggage late in the evening.
And she had flight issues too getting there, and then her luggage was lost.
Hold on,
not lost.
Richard W says that it was Lori Van Den Aren that started the splashing, and she did a great job. I don't doubt it. She's a feisty one. That Lori Van Den Aren. I don't know if you know that about her. She'll stir the pot. She's a little. Is it after 8 o'clock? she's a little shit stirrer there, that one. She'll get in there, and you think she's just a sweet, innocent person. But, oh, no. The highlights are awesome, Sharon.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary to Nancy and Daniel Fields. Oh, my God, Shannon Reed. Happy anniversary, kids.
Happy anniversary.
That is great. How many people signed up for the 2025 New Year's cruise? What do you got for next year? What do you got so far?
Oh, gosh. I don't have a count right now, but...
Over 10 cabins?
There's twice as many booked for next year than maybe even a little more than twice as many than this year.
There you
This
go.
last year. So there's more people booked.
Yes, Kathy P is right. And it was great having Kathy Peabody and Guy were there having a great time. Kathy P said Lori is a little troublemaker. Yes, she is. We know that about her. So, yeah, so next year's, I don't know what it is. I think
it's because it's on the East Coast and
Okay.
it's the Aqua. So the itinerary is a little different. You know, you can only go to the Mexican Riviera so many times. And we, you know, we have fun going multiple times just because of the people we're with, though. So.
Yes. Well, it's very funny how people will travel from the West Coast to the East Coast very easily to cruise. But people on the East Coast refuse to travel to the West Coast to cruise. Maybe if it's an Alaska cruise or something. It's very funny. Like, the only people that I know who flew from the East Coast, really, just Richard and Lori Van Den Aren, because they had their RV and all that stuff in Orlando, and then they flew out there. I don't know that anyone else came from the East. Oh, yeah, and the Eberts came from Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But it's much. I don't know what it is, but people are way more adept to going to the East Coast.
It's because there's more options of itineraries on the East Coast. If you come to the West Coast, it's the Mexican Riviera, and that's it. I mean, you can only do that so many times.
Yes.
I mean, well, we can do it a lot of times, but I mean, you're not going to see anything new.
Lori quietly threw some emojis in there, a little angel with a halo over the head.
Lori's an angel.
We know better than that. Sugar said, one thing I do love about NCL, they pour extra in your drink. They do. They're not tight wallets.
They're not
booze.
chintzy with the booze.
Yes,
so.
And if you take care of somebody, you know, that's definitely a cruise line where if you find a bar that you really like that you're going to go to regularly, take care of them and they'll take care of you. And it could be maybe a heavy pour, and it could also be something as simple as when you go to a bar and there's 10 people lined up to get drinks at the bar, and you walk up there and the bartender sees you and he knows what you have, they may just go ahead and boom, get your drink and get you going and get you in and out. And another really cool thing about NCL is there were a few times where I went to a bar that was packed. And as the bartender came by, I just said, I just kind of threw out there, hey, just a Miller Lite when you get a chance. Right? Because I know all I was going to do is grab that and go versus making up fancy drinks for a bunch of other people. And so quite often they'll just grab a Miller Lite and give you the can. And I'll be like, you need the card? And he's like, this one's on me. Or I got this one, no problem. They'll do something like that because they don't have to ring it up and get you to sign every time. So that's kind of a great thing. What do you got there?
I'm just sending.
You're putting a little info out there for the Aqua?
Well, Kelly asked, post the New Year's Eve.
2025, 2026? Yeah. Hold on. Why don't I just put it up on the screen for a second instead of you typing it there? Whatever. I'll let you do it.
There.
Okay. There
you can put it up there too, maybe. Okay. I didn't put the ports and stuff, but.
Let me do that. Okay. I'm not trying to go too over promote on the deal. Oh, this is the Elation guy. Do you want to come on an older ship and really get down and have a great time? April 28th, 5 days from Jacksonville. That is going to be freaking awesome. Oh, that's the one that we just had.
Yeah.
Okay. Next year, it's the 5th annual New Year's Eve group cruise on the Aqua, December 28th. We're going to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, Tortola, and Great Stirrup Cay, which is Norwegian's private island, and the drinks are included. So not only is this a friggin' awesome brand new ship, not only will it be a great cruise, but it's got 4 awesome cruise stops too. 4 awesome ports that they're going to visit. And so email Sharon at sharonatsea@gmail.com. That's right, sharonatsea@gmail.com.
I will warn you, that cruise, I mean, all New Year's Eve cruises are pricier because it's a holiday, but with that being a new ship as well, I will warn you, the prices are very high on that cruise.
But the price that you pay will include drinks unlimited, and it will include at least 2 nights of specialty dining, maybe a 3rd night, I'm not sure. Sharon can finalize that depending on what cabin you get. So that's a pretty neat thing, and that's still I feel like that's still unique to Norwegian versus the other cruise lines.
That one is
where much of their pricing includes those things.
That is another one where it includes the free at sea versus a more at sea, because I held the group space quite a while ago. So you will pay the gratuity price of the free at sea on that one for the drinks, but you're actually going to get the more
until you run out of group space. No. Until you run out of group space.
No,
okay.
It's that for the whole group. Even if I request more group space, they will still be, once they are in the group, they're still going to be at free at sea, not more at sea. But
that's awesome.
You will only pay the free at sea gratuities, not the more at sea gratuities, which are more. But you will get kind of grandfathered into the more at sea once you're on board. They're going to just do more at sea with the drink package. The specialty dining will be the same. It'll be the free at sea.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So at least a couple times. So, and that's always nice to actually, I mean, it's like usually it's $45 to $65 a person now for specialty dining.
Sometimes more than that.
Sometimes more. And of course, having the drinks included and not capping at 15 is fantastic. And a majority of the good booze is going to be in there for you. So yes, Beth Ollinger it was, and we missed you and Doug. Sounds like it was a great time with a fantastic group. It really was. We did great. Our New Year's debut cruise, that itinerary looks awesome. Hold on, the birds will be on that cruise. So if the cruise itself doesn't want you to get there, knowing that Matt and Gina Bird will be there, that's the hook right there. If that doesn't get you on there, then I don't know what else to do. Let's see. What else? And the shore excursion money, said Richard Van den Arend?
Yes. If you book an Ocean View or higher, you get a $50 shore excursion credit per cabin for every excursion.
For each,
not just one, but you can even book 2 excursions in the same port in the same day and get $50 off each. And then you also get 150 minutes of Wi-Fi for the first 2 guests in the cabin.
Yes, there you go.
And $100 onboard credit for every cabin.
Yeah. Beth said we did the Aqua itinerary on the Escape and had a great time.
Yeah, we did that on the Encore.
Yeah.
Or that's the itinerary.
Yeah.
So we've done
Crazy Car Traveler said NCL doesn't have solo cabins. Hold on,
yes,
Crazy Car Traveler. Yeah, they do.
They
have solo cabins. They have a solo lounge.
So they have their studio solo cabins on not all the ships, but some of the more newer ones. They have them on the Breakaway class ship and higher. They have solo cabins. So they have the studio solos, and now they've just changed where they actually have a few cabins designated as at a solo rate, but they're like solo balconies, solo ocean views, and solo interiors. So if you don't want like just this little studio one, you want something a little bigger, but you still don't mind being inside, you can book solo interior, and it'll be less than paying double occupancy.
Yes.
I mean, it won't be half as much, but it'll still be less.
Well, and those are available for that Jimmy Jamboree group cruise, where, I mean, I know a couple guys are bringing like sons and friends, people that aren't really part of the community, but they're bringing them anyway. But a couple people you can get a solo cabin, you can get a balcony that's made for a solo person. Yeah, so you can do all that kind of stuff.
The only thing, So the only thing is, if you book those type of cabins, you get booked kind of outside of the group and then pulled into the group. But once you get pulled into the group, you get that $100 onboard credit added on.
There you go.
So
Sugar said tomorrow I'm going to email you, Sharon, for the May 27, 2026 group cruise.
Okay.
Awesome. That'll be great.
That cruise is really getting huge.
Which one is that?
People booked on
the Greek. Oh, the Greek Isle. Oh my God, you're not kidding me. I think you have over 50 cabins now.
Probably about
60.
Probably over 60 now.
Oh my God, that's going to be unbelievable. Yeah. Wi-Fi is a nice perk, Lindy Lou. You're right about that. One thing to remember though, when you get that like 150 minutes on NCL of Wi-Fi, when you connect, your minutes are counting. So even if you just like put your phone down and you're not surfing the web, if you're connected to the Wi-Fi, or you have the internet connected, I should say, because you can disconnect the internet and still use the app on the Wi-Fi. But anytime the internet's connected, you can burn that. So there are a lot of people that get on the first night of the cruise, they connect to the Wi-Fi, then they stop surfing the web, and then they wake up the next day and their Wi-Fi's gone and they don't have it.
And even if you leave it on, I think I don't know. It'll
Yeah.
only last 10 or 15 minutes or something if you just leave it sitting on. It doesn't last long.
Yeah. So that's right. John Diamond said, "Wow, that is going to be a good time. Looking forward to that 2026."
And one thing about that cruise, it's going to be a lot different than our other group cruises, where when a group cruise is smaller, you do a lot more activities and things. That type of cruise is all about the itinerary, the ports,
yes,
destinations. So it's not there. There's not going to be as like a lot of group things on board. I think there's probably not that many days.
yes,
A
yeah.
couple.
We'll see each other in the evening.
yeah,
Maybe a little
but-
get together for dinner here and
yeah.
there because it's freestyle
And-
dining.
And I will set up like some group excursions for anyone that wants to do those. No one has to do those. You can do everything on your own if you want, excursion wise.
Yes.
But I'll just set some things up for the ones that maybe want to do something where there's other people going and they don't feel like they're alone in a foreign country or whatever.
Yeah.
but so we'll see everyone throughout that cruise, but it'll just be a little bit of a different vibe. But that's a cruise where I know people want to explore and see as much as they can because it's kind of like a once in a lifetime
Yes.
trip for a lot of people.
Yeah. That's definitely
more-
not that's not
It's
the
not
cruise.
it's not a party cruise.
That's not the cruise where you want to stay up late drinking and then get up early and go right out, get shot out of a cannon to go explore, parts of Italy or wherever we're going to be. It's really the venues are going to be just fantastic, and it'll be a nice ship to do it on, nice new ship, and maybe if you haven't been on the Aqua or the Prima or the Viva or the Prima or Viva, I should say, so that'll be kind of cool for you. And the nice thing also is, you have friends within the community.
Yeah.
So if we'll have the group opened up for people to communicate with each other, and you guys can start talking about flights. If anyone lives close to each other, maybe you team up on flights.
Yeah,
or maybe
you
a
don't
bunch
want
of
to
people
fly
meet.
that far alone, and so you have someone else that lives near you, and you're on the same flight, so you don't feel like you're flying.
Well, like
far,
last
or-
time when we went to, we flew to London last time, and a few people were on our flight, and then we all took the same subway to get to the same area, and a bunch of people actually shared
To
the
the
same
hotel.
hotel. So that's an option where if you say, "Hey, what hotel is everyone staying at?"
Yeah, and that's- and-
people can book the same hotel.
Yeah, and I know it's a little early for the hotels for that one, but as it gets closer to probably this spring,
Mhm.
early spring, I'll figure out what hotel we're going to stay at, and I will post it in the group. I'll let everyone know what hotel we're staying at, so that if anyone else wants to stay at that same hotel pre-cruise or anything like that, they'll know where we're staying. And
Andrew Nichols, great question. Yes, we will. We will be. We have a couple of videos that'll be coming out. Of course, we're gonna have a cabin tour. We got embarkation day. We've got a couple of one excursion that we made some content for. We made a video of our last day on the cruise ship and did some fun stuff. A sea day, and then we'll also be doing kind of like a likes and a
review.
dislikes,
Yeah.
and kind of a review with diving a little more detail into our experiences and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we'll be doing all that usual stuff coming up. But
and the first one will come out tomorrow.
probably something
Probably tomorrow.
maybe by
Probably
tomorrow
tomorrow.
afternoon. If not, definitely the next morning. And then another one will come out by the end of the week. We do have some family coming out, so then by next week this time, another video should be rolling out. The next time we'll be live, I think, will be maybe on the 20th,
2 weeks from now.
because
Yeah.
that, my friends, will be a special live stream on January 20. Sharon, do you know what special live stream that will be? What happens shortly after January 20 that makes that week extremely special? This month, as a matter of fact, but that week in particular, what happens to make that a very special live stream?
Well, our anniversary's on the 19th, but I guess it's not that.
It's not our anniversary live stream.
Jamie,
That's a sleeper.
Jamie's thinking of his birthday.
That's right. My
it's not on
birthday
the
will be
20th.
it's a few days after that, but that will be Shana Reed, Matthew's birthday is later in the month.
Matthew's birthday is the 29th.
Yes. So that's right. No,
Yeah.
it's not Australia Day, but
Yes, Lindy
yeah,
Lou, the same day as John Boy's birthday.
Yes. It is. So happy January birthday, Roger
Yeah,
Johnson.
it's a busy birthday month around here.
Yes. No, Tess, it's not because we'll be announcing we're on a certain group cruise. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to tell you. But no, that'll be a birthday live stream, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. and a few other things. If you guys haven't also noticed, how about those Chargers, Sharon? Our Chargers made it to the playoffs. It's going to be an amazing weekend as the Chargers play the Texans this weekend. So I'll be taking all kind of football smack talk in Sharonatsea Cruise Crew between now and the Super Bowl. Please feel free to go ahead and talk your football smack if you want. If your team's doing well, if you hate your team, if your team got knocked out of the playoffs, or whatever the case is. And I'll be rooting for my Jim Harbaugh-led Los Angeles Chargers to get a playoff victory this week. It's going to be unbelievable. And John and Diamond, I think that will be definitely on the menu. Me with the dirty martini, or maybe a couple of them. It's been a while since we really let our hair down on a live stream. We had a few people recently asking us to recreate that well-known New Year's Eve live stream from a few years ago during the pandemic. I can't quite promise you that, but we'll see what we can do. Yes, flying together will be awesome. Oh, by default, I have to root for the Texans. It's so Tweety. So Tweety, listen, you can root for whoever you want. Just know that my Chargers were going to come out victorious. I feel it in my heart. Lindy Lou said, "You're not on the Coop Cruise, Jamie and Sharon." No, we are not.
No,
unfortunately, Lindy Lou. We had announced that the other week that we weren't able to make the dates work because it's the week before spring break, and that we could not do a Coop Cruise that week and then do our usual stuff with the kids, and that is a big week for them, the week before spring break, and so we couldn't be gone, and it just sometimes it just doesn't work out, and that's what happened with that week. So we tried, we looked at it, we looked at options, and we just couldn't pull it off. And I'm so sorry to say. And yes, believe me, I feel like crap about it, and John has raked me over the coals over it, but we are still best friends, so everything's going to be okay. NCAA National Championship game the night of January 20th. Oh my God, Curtis Polk, is it really? It's no big deal. People will tune in here for sure. The Chiefs will be resting up this weekend, said Bonavie. They better rest up and hope that they don't have to face the Chargers. Hope to see you in the playoffs, Richard W. That's for sure. Oh yeah, he's a Chiefs fan. Isn't it funny? I like a guy so much, and then he tells me he's a Chiefs fan. He lured me in with his great personality and fun time drinking with him, and then he dropped a bomb on me. So don't remind me, Curtis Polk. I'm still in mourning for the Ducks. Oh yeah, Crazy Cat Travel. I know that was tough. Jose said, I'm not going on the Coop Cruise either. 2024 was a rough one for me. So there you go. See, not all the parties will be there, but I know plenty will. And you guys will have an amazing time. And Sharon and I will be sitting at home, and we will have total FOMO, and we will miss, being there. That's what else can you do? We will miss Sharon and Jimmy on the Coop Cruise. Thank you, Bonavie. I appreciate that. Hold on, I'm getting an ad right now. My ad is for Granger, I think. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Good day, Cruise Craze fam from Melbourne, Australia.
Ah,
Hello.
hello.
Hey, do me a favor. Is it still cool to ask you to throw a shrimp on the Barbie for us? I don't know. I don't know how that works. But that's the first thing I think of saying. All right, Sharon, so that's it. So we talked a lot about the Joy.
Yeah.
Overall, great time. Mm-hmm. We loved the ship. We had a good experience. Like anything, there can be a few things that maybe could have been done better. We'd like to see a little more staffing in the bars, a little more consistency in a few of the restaurants. And if nothing else changes, please, NCL, make the wings fresher and crispier. Please. I feel like the wings are cooked in crock pots. And when you just I like falling off the bone meat and stuff as much as the next person, but not on a wing. I want to bite in. And somebody gave me a great tip, and I wish I would have heard this tip earlier in the week. When you order your wings, order them naked. Order them with no sauce and sauce on the side, because those will be cooked fresh to order, and then they will be much crispier. And I forget who told me that. They might be in the chat. They can claim it if they want. But do it that way. Order your wings with no sauce. That way they don't take them out of the hundreds of pre-made ones that are made. They just do a fresh batch, and then you get them a little fresher. And I'll definitely be trying that on my next cruise.
Yeah. A lot of times when you order something special like that, you get better.
Order special, and they'll make it special. And that's the way to go. Let me see if anybody laid claim to that. Soggy wings are a crime. You're so right about that. Brian Ebert said that. There you go. When they switched them to baked, it was not good. You're right,
Oh.
Daniel Fields. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Rams playoff game next Monday. Good luck, Daniel. But Daniel, listen, the Rams are going to have to lose because the Chargers are going to win so much. They're going to have to play a playoff game in SoFi. You know, the Chargers home field. Chargers home field, my friend. Maybe the Rams guy owns it, but the Chargers own that field. All right, listen, we're going to get out of here. It was a fabulous, fabulous evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a great time with you guys. And remember, for any cruise bookings, who are you going to call? Sharon right here. We'll email her, sharonatsea@gmail.com. Join us on any one of those cruises. If you have a question about any of those group cruises we mentioned, just shoot her an email. Say, hey, I'm wondering about the price. Hey, is this happening? Is that happening? It's okay. There's no commitment. Just to shoot her an email and ask. She'll get back to you fairly quickly, and she'll get you all the details you want and see if it works for you. And if it does, she'll handle everything. That's how awesome she is. Sharon, what else do we have? You want to wrap it up? What do we got?
That's about it. I guess we'll put out all the rest of our thoughts about the Joy in our videos.
Yep.
And if you have any just specific questions about the Joy that we didn't talk about, you can always send us a message or email or anything and ask us directly. And happy to answer it.
You are absolutely right. So, guys, thanks for joining us. Until next time, from all of us here at Sharon Sea Travel, to all of you, from myself, from Sharon, from Matthew, Callie, Lucy. So I've heard her outside the door whining to come in for the last 10 or 15 minutes. From Nancy, nautical nurse Nancy, and from Leanne Francisconi, our great Sharon at Sea Travel team. They're in the back of the house, keeping things on lockdown. From all of us, all of you.
We will see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Let me see if I can hit the right button here.
Hope everyone's having a great start to the new year.
I think that they are, but I can't find my thing. Hold on, I gotta see. I can't see the button, Sharon. I can't see. Yes, this is what I need.
Go.
All right, guys. Peace out. We love you. Thanks for everything, and we'll see you soon.